Are we still? Just 1 minute. So as we saw in the Slack group, we really appreciate the fact that you are working hard on this, and we promise that we will be giving you some data. So for you to be working on your project and everything, if you are on today and by the end of the program, right now you are going into your breakout rooms, but by the end of the program, by the end of today's meeting, we hope that you will have been able to make something a game of your own or a game of your team, based on things that you think personally affect you or personally affect, that you have observed in your community, or things that you have been, many of us are in the world of unpredictability. And I know in Nigeria, there are so many situations that really get you confused and you don't know what choice to make. So now is the time you can express yourself in a game, and you can also have a feel of other people's impression, so that you will know that you are not alone, or you will know that maybe you are alone. Or, you'll be able to understand what is going out there, and other people's choices, what kind of choice other people would have made if they might choose. So we're looking at you being able to build a game. It doesn't have to be like a fantastic interface and everything, though we like it that way, but for the fact that you are creating a game and putting your idea into reality, it's important. And if you're able to come up with something before the end of today's meeting, we are promising you a 5 GB data, which you will receive at the end of today's meeting. So, and that will be like 50% of what you will eventually be receiving at the end of the program. If you finish the program successfully and you have like a finished game eventually by next week, which the public can at least contribute by playing and making decision, then you have another 5 GB of data. So that's 10 gig going to you by the end of next week. There will also be awards, because people eventually, when the game go out between this week and next week, if your game is ready for public to play, people will start voting for your game and saying things about your game. So there will be an award for the most played game, which means if more people are interested in playing your game and gathering data. So by the end of next week, there will be an extra award for the most played game. So there will be like a most played game award, and your game will be published on the GitGet collaborative website for 1 year. People will keep playing it. So the link will be provided there for people, and it will be like your face and everything, your image, reputation, and that is going to be a big one for you because you become famous. So that's an award, and then on top of it, you are going to have an additional award, and it is a surprise. It will be announced next week. The exact award that you will be receiving will be announced next week. The most played game will have an award. The most rated game, right? Like when you receive a vote for your game as being highly rated, in terms of creativity, the team you will hear more about, you will know more about this, which we'll be sharing in the Slack group. So keep an eye on it. The most creative game, people will vote for the creativity of your game. People will vote for how natural your game is, and then how applicable is it to women issues in Nigeria. How naturally it blends with women's issue. That is the theme of our program for this year. So, and you will also receive an award ranging from data to gift card. You will receive gift card to buy anything of your choice. And some of you will also be receiving like 36 gigabyte flash disk to store your data. And so there will be so many fun awards and things to receive. We are working it out, and the exact awards that we will be receiving will be published on the group chat on Slack. I hope I didn't leave anything out. GaSI team. I hope it is
yeah, on point.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. All right, any question before we break out into rooms? If you have a question, you can post it on the chat. All right, Camelia, any further?
No, I think that's it. So facilitators, you should have a link open to the examples.
And Casper, do you want to show them, I don't know if we'll be doing that in the breakout room. Do you want to show them how they can convert their game? I mean, like, what's the right word? Export their game into new accounts. Clone, yeah.
Oh, to clone. Yeah. Sure. Let's see. I don't have it ready right now, but it's basically, I don't know, Ukers, do you have your screen ready to show?
I can share my screen. Yeah, give me 1 second.
But basically, well, Ukers is setting it up. Basically, you need to go to a project and then click on the remix button. But
can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. Casper, you can go keep explaining. I'll do as you say.
Oh yeah, sure. Yep. So you do need to be logged in.
Oh, yeah.
So you first need to be logged in because otherwise you don't have access to certain functionalities. One of them being being able to copy or clone, and it's called remixing in StudyCrafter. So if you now go to a project, you're still not logged in.
Oh, wait. That's weird.
Okay, so now you see some buttons at the So there's a like, there's a favorite, but the remix button is the one that you need to click on. So if you click on this one, you will create a remix of this project, and that will be added towards your library of projects. So this is the way to do it. If you have any problems, just let us know and we'll try to help you out.
Okay.
And then it's important. I saw also some questions. So we have dedicated StudyCrafter accounts that we created. So some of you ended up working on your own individual account, which is fine. But we would like you to make use of your the StudyCrafter accounts that we created, because in that way we can easily help you out if there's any problems. So if you have worked on your personal account, we can give you a dedicated StudyCrafter account, and you could remix your individual project to the StudyCrafter account. One of you asked for that, and we gave a StudyCrafter account. But this is also true for others. And then once, maybe the other thing you want to show, Ukers, is just adding the tag. That will probably also be useful to show again.
Yes. Oops. So to add a tag to your game, and then down to projects. Once you come into here, select the project that you just made. So if I click on this, you get this page again, and in here you can edit info. And you can come down and you can see the tags over here.
Yep. And we will add a tag, and then all the different that we will let you know what tag you need to choose, and then all the games will be shown at this page. So I just put that in the chat. That's where all the different games that you've created will be showcased. So in that way, we can share this to the public. You can also play each other games. They will all be demonstrated and showcased at one single page. So that's it. So I think if there are no other questions around that, we can go into the breakout rooms. There will be StudyCrafter experts there too. So if you have any issues as you're working on StudyCrafter, we can answer those questions as well.
Okay, and again, if people can't find the breakouts listed and you need help, just let us know where you want to go and we can move you there manually. So facilitators, if you need the links again to share, I'm just going to put in the Zoom chat again. So these are the, you might be gone already. These are the examples. And the other thing is here, this is the Teams and passwords spreadsheet. And I guess we'll just let people go on, take breaks as needed. Is that right?
Yeah. And if you need help with anything at all, you see those of us with either a background with a GaSI boot camp background or facilitator in front of our names, just send us a private message, any one of us, or post a public message. If you need help with anyone, connect with anything at all, connect with any one of us. Facilitators, please put facilitator in front of your name so that they can easily recognize you.
See, I forgot to do that.
Including my very self.
Yes. Done.
We know we have some very new people here, maybe 1, 2, or 3 new people.
Okay.
Maybe we can just assign the new people with a direct facilitator, like one-on-one. So if you are new, can you either send a private message to me or just say new, post it publicly? If you are shy about it, you can just send me a private message. If you are new, so that we can connect you to a one-on-one tutor, facilitator that will bring you to the level you need to be today.
Hello there. Nice to see everyone again. And let us know if you have any question. Yeah, good day. Mercy, have you seen the group account that I assigned to you? Okay. Awesome. Onitilo, I think you mentioned in the bigger group that you have some progress on your first scene, right? Do you want to show us or do you want to keep working on it? And Mercy, how's it going with the story brainstorm? Do you want to share a little bit more of your story so far? I remember you have these amazing questions about entrepreneurship. And also you yourself as an entrepreneur, there must be lots of personal experiences related. Oh, okay. So yeah, let us know if you have any problems logging in or trying to figure things out. Work together with okay, I'll type in the chat meantime.
So I can probably, let's see here. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the editor. So obviously you have a dialogue. So yeah, I don't really have much right now because I didn't have anything else. Oh, it's everyone doing. And then what you could do is you could do a branch, and instead of regular if then, you could do random. So and so this means if it's random, you might get this situation. So dialogue, and this is somebody else. We're fine, and this is another one. Could be better. I don't know. Can happen. So in this case, what's happening is basically you start here. There's this dialogue that always happens, and then randomly you either go into this group or this group. So we can actually observe that. Let me see if I can move this away. Okay, this away. So we play, So hello, how's everybody doing? We're fine. Okay, so that happened then. And we could try to play it again. Okay.
Yeah, this is a random one, so.
Yeah, we could hear it a lot of times, but we could be better. All right, see, second time around. But that's the way you do it. You could also create. You could also have it be dependent on a variable if that's what you want. But if you just want to create two different conditions, one where it's moving in one direction, one it's another, this is the easiest way to do it. But if it's contingent on a particular variable, then you would do if then, and so then you would have a true variable. So in that case, what you can do is you would add have a variable with a value, and you can make it contingent on that. But this is the easiest way to do it. So hopefully that was clear.
Yeah, thanks, Casper. I think what she's trying to do here is she's trying to compare like entrepreneurs who's married and those who not. So I think the random one might do.
Yeah, and I can, and you could say you could actually because like you want to let me actually show. So if what let me actually just remove this because this is also important. Oh, let's see, am I sharing the right screen? Let's see this one. Okay, so let me actually show that. So like you said, entrepreneurs versus. So we can just do this. What you then do is you set the variable here, and you will have a variable name called type. And this value would be, entrepreneur. And the other one was?
It's like a married entrepreneur and single entrepreneur.
Okay, okay. Married, single.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically set the conditions like this, because once you've done that, you could basically go to the same situation. So what you could do is you could go and say, we're fine. And then what you could do is you could make the situation different. And there are two things that you could do, but you can make the situation different based on this variable. So here you could do a branch that could say regular if then true. If let's see, if a variable is if type is single, right? Then this will happen. Or if type is not single, then you would do I am married. So that's one way that you could do it. So have another branch where you can separate out. You could also have two entirely different branches. So you could just also go off like instead of what I've done here. What you could do as well is basically go off in one branch here and then another branch here. So you basically copy basically this, but this is also a way to do it because now you have a variable that is single versus married, and that you could change things depending on what's what classification the person has. So let me see. I want to play this now. Okay, and then I know this can Maybe I get lucky again, like the other time. No. Okay. Oh, let's try one more time, and then you just need to trust my word on it. Okay, you just need to trust my word on it that it works like this. All right. So yeah, just to reiterate, you could randomize into different conditions. You can add the variable like this, and then you could actually, I think I should have added and created a variable here. Where's this? Okay, no, this is just a node list. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is just type. Yeah, no, that's correct. So this is a variable here, and then you set the variable, and then based on this variable, you could change the experience, and you could also do all kinds of other things with it once you have variables like this. So anyway.
Casper, I have a question. So with
Yep.
your current structure, what if we have 3 variables? Can we still do the same structure with the if else statement?
Yes. And I can actually show that too. If you have 3, actually, where is this? So you could add here a third one. So maybe single, married. Maybe there's is just not married, but you're in a relationship, for instance.
That makes sense. So note that this is the same variable, so the variable name are all the same.
Correct.
They're all type. So
yeah, you need to also, because here you're setting what the variable is, and they're all the same. You can also make different variables, of course, but in this case, there's 3 different values, and here you could do add another. Add type is relationship. You could just say so. You could do this, and we now. Oh, it really likes the married route. Interesting. Okay, wait. Okay, it really likes the married route. Interesting. I'm wondering if I do something wrong or if it's just okay. Maybe it's this that I.
oh right.
That's probably because now I get suspicious. Yeah, that's probably what. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I will double check. I think something is not working. Oh, this is.
Yeah,
This was okay. And it still likes to go the married route. Version of the. All right. Let me check with course. I think this should normally work. Anyway, this is how it should work. I'm not sure why it's not moving around. But yeah, let me check in with Ukush on this. But this is the way to do it, at least also with randomizing or adding other variables. Yeah.
Yeah. Casper, is it possible to save this project so so
Yep.
people could play around with this structure?
Yeah, sure. I can do that. Yep.
Yeah, and maybe post a link in the chat. So.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. I will do that.
So Mercy, I'm not quite sure that this breakout room, if we will get a video of this breakout room, but you could try to explore with the with this project.
Actually, bullies, actually, when you look at the research, they don't know they're bullying people. Many of them, they just think that world works that way. So you have to, instead of making villainize of your character, try to empathize people to, okay, like it's all about, it's about parents too. It's not about just the kids, because how they get raised. You don't want to villainize the character immediately for your audience. Let them come to that conclusion. You don't want to, especially in the research like this, you don't want to create black and white areas that's very distinct to each other, because if you do that, your narrative becomes predicted. So if you create empathy and sympathy, your data at the end will get more raw and natural and more useful to you. So go ahead.
I wonder if that piece of the dialogue could be something like I started to ask, or like, I don't know exactly what the behavior is. So like I behaved the same way with my friends and didn't understand when they started to alienate me or something like that, right? Just to show that she's, or he is continuing the same behavior. It's just acting like she usually does and didn't get it when people started to distance themselves from her or to react the way they did.
Yes, thank you so much, Camille. Yes, language like that will help you make your audience understand the other side of the story better. And also, when you go to the classroom scene, where they want to be a homework or something, I think. So instead of like, you can create a narrative about one of the spoiled kids making group with like poor kids. So in the classroom, they have to work together. Instead of she's so creepy and ugly, you can create a narrative that, oh, you have to be a group with someone that is not belong to your social status, or something like instead of using the creepy and ugly language, you want to create a narrative that that person doesn't want to be in that group with other person, but instead of like, not because they are creepy and ugly, not because, like, for example, how they dress and how they their social financial status doesn't match with their worldview yet, because these kids, they haven't seen the other side of the world yet, so that's why they feel the other part of the world is alien to them, so they don't know they get. So you want to create some kind of narrative like that instead of creepy and ugly, because your point of view, the bullying that you mentioned is financial status. So if you wanna use language like creepy and ugly, you will take your focus away from your financial status point. You're making like physical attribution bullying. People bully each other because they're physical, how they look, but it's not your research question. You understand what I'm saying, Abdulkarim?
Yes, I do. I'm coming. I wanted it.
Okay, so you can start working on the fixing the languages and think about more how you can connect everything to financial instead of like financial bullying instead of physical the how they people look bullying. We can I will, meanwhile you work on that, I would like to see if Fate come up with any other game, any game during the week.
That should be easy fix, right? Faye should be just changing the sentences instead of having your creepy, your ugly, things like that. Should be more like, oh, I don't know, look at her clothes, so cheap.
Yeah.
She's clearly, she doesn't have money or things like that, right?
Yeah, and also think like, for example, you can also, I want to think.
And if anyone wants to share their screen, if you just want to like share your screen to talk about what you, to show us what you're already doing, feel free to also do that. Okay, things are going as planned there. Participants are busy. So I guess I will just go to another room.
Okay.
Before you go, Professor, we did just actually showcase one of the students' projects.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Wow. That's nice. Okay, so I will go to another room. Okay. And so they are starting with a pretty much new account. From the Study Crafter account. How
Yes.
many projects do you have here? How many projects are you planning to create in this team?
Susan and Adesawa, we're going to be working together. Yeah, so one project.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so I guess I will go to another room just to check in.
Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
need any help on generating ideas or like refining your research question, because I didn't think we have you on our group before. So
I think
need any help?
I think Fenomi is pretty much new. This will be his first time of being here. Maybe he needs some, yeah.
Yeah, maybe need some extra information.
Yeah.
First, can you hear us on the, or do you prefer to chat if your internet is not good?
Jinyu, what was the problem with this study crafter account?
So she is trying to show us her progress so far, but she has problems using two devices between her phone
Okay,
and
okay.
laptop. So can you log into her account and share screen so that we can see her progress so
Yep.
far?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Projects. I don't see any projects on this account.
Oh. Onitilo, which account are you using right now? Are you using your personal account? Okay, you used a personal one. Can you post the link to the chat so that we can see it? So if you have the link to the project, then we shall be see it too. Shall be able to see it too. Mercy, you need to copy the project that Casper just created. Yeah, so you can copy from his link.
Ma, I didn't. Quite get what you said just now.